Hey y'all, welcome to Coffee and Craps. Can you hear me? That's just the wrong audio again. God, what is my damn problem here? That's got to be that one. All right, there we go. That's the regular voice. There, can you hear me now? Hopefully that sounds better. It's the lav mic. I think we got it figured out. Sorry about the mess this morning. The worst part about this morning's rollout over at the Daily Paycheck was when my mic was off and I set up the strategy like in the beginning, like I do. It was the perfect setup. I explained it so perfectly, and nobody heard it, so I have to go do it again. Anyway, welcome to the Coffee and Crap show here. If you don't know, this is my second show today. We go twice live in the mornings. We go 7 o'clock in the morning Pacific time, 10 o'clock East. Out in my craps garage, I actually play out a strategy every day for a week. I run a strategy every day for a week with the $5,000 bankroll to see if it's stable enough to win me $500, hopefully. We try it every day. So this week we're running the permanent press strategy. Let me show you how it looks. The permanent press so far is an interesting one. It got thumped on Monday, like really thumped. We lost $4,500 on Monday. So there's no coming back from that, right? If you're looking to win $500 a day and you lose $4,500 once, there's no coming back. So it's already going to be a guaranteed loser for the week. However, we have won 3 days in a row. And we won those 3 days relatively easily. Today was a little bit of we went upside down for a second, came back, and we were okay with it. I don't think the permanent press is a daily driver. Like, it's not something I'd bring 5K with and say, hey, I'm making my $500 every day with it. I don't trust it that much. It is a good play though, right? It's a good play, and I said this morning, if you're already in locked profit. Like, let's say your goal was $500, and let's say you won 1,000, right? So you can lock up the 500. I take the second 500 and maybe play this one and take a shot at the moon with it. But other than that, I wouldn't go out there from my bankroll and just rock the permanent press out of the gate. I think it's got too many problems. It's got too many not holes is the wrong word for it, but it's too aggressive, right? To fight back when you're down. Like, you end up running out of money with this thing. So that's what we found on Monday was we ran low on funds almost too quick, and we couldn't come back from it. So to me, permanent press, it's fun, it's cool, it's a good phase 3, but it's not a good strategy to get you there. It's a good strategy to maybe shoot the moon with. So that's my analysis so far. We'll do one more day, see if I can go 4-1 with it. And really, I think I misplayed Monday anyway. So Monday's loss was bigger than it should have been. As we go through the week on these things, by the way, we learn a little bit, right? We change and we grow and change the strats up. Anyway, that's that. I want to jump right into talking about what we've been talking about all week, and let's hit the unicorn strategy. I'm going to bypass everything else, and we're trying to use this show, our time together in the mornings here. It's going to take me, I think us 3-4 weeks to get it done, right? We're looking for the unicorn. What is the unicorn strategy? What is the world's greatest crap strategy? Can we solve the game, right? And the answer, of course, no, you can't solve the game, right? Craps can't be solved. There's always going to be a hole. Something's going to bite you. The best laid plans of mice and men will fall a city, right? We know that to be true. Doing the best we can, okay? I feel like the perfect crap strategy, the unicorn, as it were, has these goals to it, right? And the goals are important, right? We're going to profit on a short roll. So I want the come out roll to be a profit center for me. I want it to not be a loser. I want the first 2 rolls to be a profit center, right? The first 2 rolls has 2 jobs, right? One is on an early 7 on roll 1 or roll 2, I want to show a profit. Failing that, right? The first 2 rolls with my place bets should get me out of the hand. So I'm either going to show a profit on a 7 and try again, or I'm going to get out of the hand and be playing for free in 2 hands, that in 2 rolls. That's 2 hits rather. That's the goal. That's the number 1 goal. Then once you're out of the hand, I want to have a consistent way to collect. I want to get to my session goal within 6 rolls, right? So ideally the unicorn strategy in 8 rolls, which is the statistical average number of rolls a shooter has. In 8 rolls, you should be not only out of the hand, but at your session goal. That's the unicorn. Use the average of 8 rolls to get to where you want to be, potentially being done that quickly. Then you can move into something else, a phase 3, where you go to the moon. I'm setting a target bankroll here of $1,000. for a regular person, $200 on a bubble craft machine, because I think that's the right leveling. We don't want to be out here with 10K trying to, nobody's got that kind of money. But let's lay it out, right? What does it look like? Again, phase one strategy, you're out in 2 rolls. You're out and you're paid. Phase 2, lock in your profit. Phase 3, go crazy with it. We're working on phase 1 all week. We worked on phase 1 all week. Yesterday, I think I got to what I thought was a really good phase 1. It's pretty safe. It does make a little bit of money on the come out roll, on a come out 7. It'll over time not burn so bad on the 11s. In the roll, you're fighting one number, and I think we're playing pretty safe for a couple of rolls. I think I've got it figured out. Now, that said, Chris from Sideshow Gamble called me last night and said, hey, I have an idea that I want to run by you. It's a little crazy, but let's talk about it. So we talked about it. We ran this strategy last night over the phone. And I'm going to go ahead and go right to the table here. I want to show you what Chris came up with. And I'm going to run a couple of side bankrolls here. And we're going to go mano a mano and see which of the 2 systems, the one I did yesterday or the one that he's concocted, is safer, A, and more likely to get us where we want to go, B. So I want to go right to the table. I'm going to show you what Chris did because I think he put in yeoman's work on this one. And the math is interesting. So let's take a look at the first 2 or 3 rolls of a shooter and see, can we get even in our hand in a couple of rolls and be playing kind of risk-free from that point forward. Let me go to the table. Let's go ahead and zoom in. And I'm going to get some light turned on here. And give me a second to get things moved around, and we'll get rolling with it. Hold on one second here. Let's get this. Okay. Hold on one sec, guys. One more thing to do. I can't make that any bigger. I'm getting my note sheet up. Just because I'm blind, I don't want to be able to see this thing. So font, can I just zoom in? I guess I can't zoom in. Whatever. All right, let's do it. Let's remind you. My idea yesterday was this. It was basically a big, giant don't pass, right? I'm on the don't for $300, and I'm hopping the reds. I'll put the hops up here for $75, okay? I'll put them next to it. Hopping the reds for $75. And my thought process is this. If we happen to get a 7 on the come out, right? What is 15 times 25, everybody? Let's do the math real quick. I want to make sure I get it right here. Calculator. 15 times 25. God, John, we wake up in the morning. It's 375. Okay. So if a 7 comes, we lose 300. We lose 50 on the other hops. So it's 350 in losses. But you're going to win $375, which means you're back on the other 2 hops. You're back on the don't, and you're profiting $25, right? So it's a big red on the come out wins you a quarter, which is kind of okay. Then after the big red comes out, or let's say you set a point of 5, okay? You have $300 against the 5, and for 2 rolls, you got to fight the 5, right? But you're going to be at 220 on the inside, like we do, okay? And now for 2 rolls, you're fighting the 5. Maybe you take this and move it to the 10. You're going to fight the 5 clean for a couple of hits, right? Maybe you'd leave it there and who cares, right? Because your goal here is to build these things up. For 2 rolls, you're building up. And then once you get your 2 rolls and you can spread out, that's your phase 1, right? Your phase 1 is you got out of the come out, you made your 2 hits, and you're playing fine. Effectively speaking, though, because you lost $75, this is worth $225 because you lost 75 coming out, which means if a 7 comes on roll 1, you'd lose 220, you'd win 300, and you'd have to go back out here, so you actually win $5, okay? If 7 comes on roll 2, you net $75. So on all the rolls, on the 7, you're making money. On the come out roll, roll 1 and roll 2, you make money on the 7. If the 7 doesn't come, you make money in the box on those 2 rolls unless you roll your point. The only danger here is the point will suck, right? That's my take on this thing. It's my way to get out of the gate, okay? Let's leave that up. Actually, we'll take it down. I'm gonna take it down for a minute. And I wanna show you what Chris came up with because Chris did something cool. Chris, and it reminds me a lot of the Hawaiian crapshooters, what Brian does. Brian likes to spread a lot of things around a lot of places and cover all the bases, right? Chris has done something similar to that. Check this out. He told me to pick the 6 or 8. Pick either one of them. Doesn't matter which one. Let's pick the 6, okay? We're gonna lay the 6 for $300. $300. It's an important number. All this math ends up working out. Okay, here we go. $300, lay on the 6. The next move we make is gonna be hop the easy 6s for a quarter each. Okay, hop the easy 6s for a quarter each. The next move we make is gonna be a horn high ace deuce, and the final move is a $25 pass line. Okay, a lot of bets out there. Let's see, and again, this is an attack on the come out roll and to protect you roll 2. Okay, here's how it works out. Look at all the math, and what I'm gonna do with this, I may screw this up, but let's really count the way it's all gonna happen, okay? If a 7 were to roll, and I'm gonna put this money up here so you can see it. If a 7 were to roll, you would lose, and our total spread out here, by the way, 50, 75, $100 in greens and $300 in blacks. It's 500 or $400 total, okay? If a 7 rolls, what you win is 250 here on the 6, and you win 25 on the pass line, okay? Your horn high and your 2 hops would come down. So you'd lose $75, okay? The pass line goes back to the horn high ace deuce. That goes back to that, and you end up pocketing $200. So on a come out 7, in this strategy, I'm gonna put it here, you win $200 on a come out 7. Genius, right? If we have an 11 that comes out, okay? The 11, of course, pays on the pass line, right? And on the horn, right? It's a high ace deuce. You're getting paid $5 on the 11, essentially, right? So the horn high ace deuce on the low side, which would be our 11, right? It's going to be 3 times the bet, $75. It's simple, right? 75. It's actually 75 plus 5, $80 and down. Okay, so the 11 ends up paying you $85 and $80 and down here plus the quarter here. Okay, you lose those. So effectively speaking, you're $80 and down. I'm sorry, $80 here minus 75 here. Take that out of the way. You win there. You win 80. Let's put that over here. Okay, and you lose these 2. So on an 11, you put those 2 back from your losses, right? And you end up winning $55. Not bad. The 11 pays you $55. That's pretty sweet. On the 12 or the 2, okay, this is great. You're gonna lose $50, right? You're gonna lose your pass line on a 12 or a 2. Or a 3, but let's do the 12 and 2 first, right? You're gonna lose the $75. But the 12 or the 2, because you're on the horn, right? That pays what? That pays on the horn high, the regular hard ways pay 11 times plus what's on the winner, right? That ain't bad. So you're gonna get paid, technically speaking, the way that this works, the horn, and we'll explain this again, the horn highs work like this. You're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, right? With $2 on whatever you got, right? So the way that that pays out then is 5 times 30, right? $5 times 30 is 150 on the 1 or the 2, or the 12 or the 2. You're getting paid 150 minus 15, so that's 135, or sorry, 130, and you're $75. So 130 plus 75 is 210. 130 plus 75 is 205, right? So you end up winning $60 over here. I think you win $60, the net. If I'm not mistaken, the net on these things is, let's see, 150, hold on. Minus the 6s, minus the pass line, minus the 20, right? So it's gonna be, you're gonna win 75 minus 20, so $65. $55. $55 for each of those. So 55 and 55 there. And the same thing on the ace deuce, but it's going to be $60. So basically what happens is this: on any horn number with a horn high I'll put it down here, horn high ace deuce. On any horn number, you're gonna win 55 or 60 bucks coming through. So those become profit centers. On the come out, you got profit centers in here. You got a profit center on the 7. What is your one hole that we have here? The one hole we have here is the hard 6, right? Because again, you're gonna drop the easy 6s for a quarter each. Okay, so there's your setup. It's a quarter pass, quarter each on the easy 6s, and a quarter horn high ace deuce. Everything is a profit for you except for the hard 6. The only thing that hurts you is a come out hard 6. That's the one hole we have, and that costs you 300 bucks here, and it costs you $25 there. So come out hard 6 costs you 3 1/4. Everything else shows profit. The 7 earned you 200 bucks. The horn numbers each earn you between 30 and 60 bucks on the come out, on the one roll come out. Now that's great, right? Let's say we catch a point that's not a 6. Let's say we catch a 9 as our point. Well, in that case, what happens? You're gonna lose 75 bucks. You're gonna be out your horn high and you're out your 2 hops. You're out 75 bucks. Now what Chris wants me to do here is play across. So he wants to see bets out here. He wants to see every bet making 75 bucks. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna put out 60 on the 8, 50 on the 5 and 9. So that's 160, right? 51, 50, 160, and $35 on the outsides. So 160 plus 70 is 230. Why is 230 important? Well, you just lost 75 bucks coming out, okay? This bet here, if the 7 comes, pays 250, right? So 250 from 230 leaves you 20 bucks. And since you had lost the 75, you're essentially a wash, right? It's gonna be, you're down 75, you're up 250, you're minus 230, so 75 plus 230, 305, you're down like 50 bucks, right? Not a big deal. The nightmare here is hitting the 6 during the roll. So what I wanna do here is play this out this way and my way side by side. We're gonna play them both out and make sure that my numbers are right. I think these numbers down here are correct. I'm not very good at the horns. So make sure I got that right. Yeah, easy 6. Easy 6 wins when after the losses. So the easy 6, good point, Chris. I forgot to call that out. The easy 6 wins because the easy 6, you're gonna lose your horn. I should put that out there. You lose your horn, and you lose one of the easy 6s, right? But it pays 375, right? So we ended up winning 325 on the easy 6. You lose 300. You lose the easy, you lose the horn, you end up winning a quarter, or 50 bucks rather on the 6. So that wins you 50 bucks net on the easy 6. So there's lots of ways to win here, actually, which is kind of cool. Everything here kind of wins a little bit of money. So again, I don't have it all memorized yet, but I know where the bets go, right? 25 here, 25 here, 50 there, and 300 on the 6. Or you could pick the 8, doesn't matter, either one. And then your 2, and he wants these working, right? They're working to come out. So as you're coming out, if you're not getting the 6, if some other point comes up here, right, then you're getting paid on the come out. So let's see if this works out. What I'm going to do is this. We're going to go ahead and I think the 11. I think I got the 11 wrong here. On the horn high 11. No, it's right. It's right. It ends up paying 75 bucks. But you lose the 50. That's right. You win 75 here, you lose 50 here, you win a quarter there. So I think it's 50 bucks is what that pays. All right, anyway, here we go. Within a few dollars, I got this right. Let's turn this off and let's get money in the rack. Okay, so I'm gonna start out with, I'm gonna take all this down. We wanna see how our rack gets handled as we go. So let's take all this down. And put in the front. What I've got here in the front of his rack is $300 for the lay 6. I've got 25 for the pass line, 25 for the horn high, 50 bucks for the lays or for the hops. That's 400 for the basic come out, and then we got for the cross bets 230. So I'm gonna get all this set up. There's the 6, or there's the 8 rather. There's the 5. There's the 9. Crap. Come on, John. Where's my greens? There's the 4, there's the 10, right? There's gonna be his 230. So he's got 400, 630 bucks set up to get out the gate. 630 is the initial spread for the strategy. It's a lot. Out of your $1,000, it's a lot of money. Not all of it's at risk, right? So we're gonna leave in our rack from 630 to 1,000, right? 370 bucks. So 370 bucks over here. So 370 remains in our rack. The 630 is gonna be our initial spread. I'm gonna keep this kind of going as we roll on here. Let's get him set up now and put the money out there so we can see it. 25 in the pass. There's the horn high ace deuce. I'll put it there in the middle. And let's get his bets out. Two and 2. There we go. His bets are all out, and we're set. That's Chris's. Me, I'm gonna go $300 on the don't. I'm gonna go $75 hopping reds, and that's all I'm gonna do. So my initial spread, I'm not gonna be working, is a little different. I have 375 bucks, which leaves me with 525 or 425 in the rack, right? 375. Why can't I do basic math today? 575. There's my rack. 575. Why am I dumbass? 600. There we go. There's my rack. All right, 6 1/4, 375. We're set. So let's play it out. Let's run a couple of sequences and just see how this works itself through. And I'll take the money and play as we go. I want to keep the racks as straight up as we can. Here we're going to come out and let's see it work. There's a 3. All right, this is beautiful. Okay, so a 3 for both players has an impact. All right, I didn't put Chris's lays up here. There we go. So the 3, actually that comes out of here. Nope, he's right. The 3 works like this, okay? For this player here, for me, that's bonus, right? It's beautiful. We went 300 bucks. Lovely. Matter of fact, I can take this bet down. I don't even need that bet anymore. Effectively, I can play my 220 across with no risk. I'm already risk-free at this point. For Chris's strategy though, the 3 is gonna take these 2 hops and it's gonna take this pass line bet, okay? However, we are high on the 3. And let's do all that math again. The horn high ace deuce ends up being $5 on the 11, $5 on the aces, $5 on the 12, and $10 on the ace deuce, okay? You obviously lose those other 3 bets, that they go away, okay? $10 on the ace deuce pays 300 bucks, right? 10 times 30 is 300, like so, right? Is that right? Is that math right? Or no, it's 150, dumbass. No, 10 times, yeah, it's 150. What stupid. 150, 160, and back. 160 and back. So really what that does, you can take that and replace up in here, the lay bets. Okay, we can break this $100 down into 4 greens and put back our pass line bet. Okay, and now he's back to where he was, right? Bringing $75 back, just like so, right? That's actually a pretty smooth little win right there, and it goes right back into the rack, okay? Oh, we also lost the hop 7s, or I lost the hop 7s here on mine. So for me, I gotta go take that $100, get 4 greens, put my hops back, and back in the rack I go. There we go. Come out 3, everybody wins, which is great. Hey, come out 3, everybody wins again. So let's not do all that work, right? We know that I'm gonna get 225 out of that, okay? We know that Chris is gonna get 75 out of that, and we're good, okay? That might be 80 bucks down there, I don't know. It's for $5 here and there, the math is not that big a deal. Okay, there's an 8. Now we're out on a point of 8. Okay, so on the point of 8, here's all what happens, right? We're gonna lose here. We're gonna lose these hops, and we're gonna lose the horn high, okay? But on the way out, that paid 70 bucks. So Chris is working to come out. So he gets paid 70 bucks on the way out the gate. So basically, You lost 50, you lost 25, you win 70, he's down $5, right? Effectively, roll one for him is a wash, okay? For me, now I got to come back out. Now I got to come out and do my 220, and now I start working. So here's 225. I'll take a nickel back, and we'll set ourselves up here at 220 on the backside for my strategy. I'm gonna run squeeze play for 2 rolls here. That's all I'm gonna do. Keep it simple. I don't want to think too much. I think the squeeze play is actually a pretty good phase 1 strategy. All right, so there we go. I'm on squeeze play. Chris has already gotten 1 hit of $70. Okay, I'm waiting for 2 hits there, right? He's fighting the 6. I'm fighting the 8. The 8's the point. So we're both fighting a tough number here. I'm fighting the 8 for 2 rolls. He's fighting the 6 for essentially 1 more roll. What Chris wants to do also is hop, right? He wants to put $60 in the hopper across. He's gonna actually hop everything. The 4, the 10, the 5, the 9, and the easy 6s, right? I think, yeah, or the easy 8 rather. And that's it. He's gonna hop basically, so it's gonna be 10, 20, 30, 40, wait, 10, 20. Is it $5? You're hopping for $5 each. Yeah, so he's doing 10, 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, $50, $60 in hops, because you're gonna get the hard 8 as well. $60 in hops, plus he's gonna go back to the horn. $10 horn, okay? That's a Chris, he's gonna put the whole $70 out there for roll 2. And no matter what happens on roll 2, he's gonna make money unless it's big red. So I'm gonna leave this money out here so you can see it. Let's get our second roll in and see how this feels to everybody. There's a 9. Okay, so what happens is this, right? He's gonna lose all $70 except for the $5 on the easy 9. Okay, losing 70, or losing 65 rather, making 75. So that's a little bit of a profit on that one coming out, plus the 9 pays $70. So look where he is, okay? On hit 1 after the box, we're here, right? He's got 100, 25, 35, 45, $150. That covers a little more than what's out there, right? What his idea is, take the 150 and now you're playing 160 across, right? 160 across, the lay bet can come back down, not needed anymore. And he's back in his rack for everything he started with. There's 100, there's 200, and there's 20. There's the 220. He started out here with 230. He's essentially out of the hand in 1 hit, which is kind of cool. So that's Chris's come out play in action live with some rolls. Now again, I know I have to do more trials of it, but that's what, and he's at 160 playing. Me back here, I'm still waiting. I got my $70, right? Now I can pick up my 4 and 10, right? I'm doing the squeeze plays. That's roll 1 for me. I'm still, oh wait, I took down my don't. I'm still dodging, by the way. I think I took don't out of the wrong place. I'm still dodging the 8 for 1 more roll to get out of this hand and rolling. And there's a 9, so we do dodge it. So for me, another $70. I'll do 75 for 5, right? And I'm out, right? I'm covered my bets. I'm covered. Chris is covered. Chris now though gets $35, and he's playing. Now he's doing his presses or whatever he's going to do, and we're rolling. I think it's an interesting play. And again, I know that I'm $5 or $6 off in the math in here. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Those pennies aren't. It's more about the rhythm here right now. I kind of like it. There's a lot going on, right? Your doers are going to hate you for doing this, because you're going to go from, that 230 across into 160 across. That's an easy come down if you're going to play that way. But there's a lot of hops involved, right? You're hopping a couple times. That second roll hop is a weird one, right? If you roll a horn number, it's basically that second hop covers your come out loss is what happens there. So it's interesting. I think it's interesting. Let's do it a couple more times. Let's actually go ahead. I'm going to take my bets down. It's easy to track where I'm going to be, right? Because my bets are simple, right? We know that in 2 rolls, we're going to make $5 or $75. I know that that's how my seven play works. I have no power on the come out versus what Chris does. So let's get Chris back out here again. I'm going to put, again, $1,000 out. There's the pass line. There's the horn. There's the 6. There's the lays. That's $400. We should have 600 in here. There's 3, 4, 5, $600 in the rack. $400 out there, and now we're going to do the across thing. 50, 50, 50, 25. $35 in there. Okay, he's out. There's Chris's play, right? He's 230. Whoops, 230. I got to get another set of nickels. He's 230 out. 250 on the lay. Or $300 on the lay to win 250. $50 in hops, pass line, and the horn high ace deuce. That's the play. That's the play. Let's come out. Let's do it again. We'll do another come out sequence and see how it looks. 6, easy 6. All right, there's a good thing right there. Easy 6, right? So you lose the horn, you lose one of your 6s, and you lose the lay. You lose 350, but we know that we win 375. $375. Put the lay bet back, put the horn bet back, put the other one back, and you profit a nice simple quarter there on those 6. That's pretty cool, right? We like that. Takes a quarter back on the 6. Even the number you're laying makes you money, the way that Chris comes out. I think that's pretty dope. Let's do it again. We're on a point of 6. Now we're going to take and hop, right? Because you would have got paid on you wouldn't have got paid. You would have. So there's no payment here, right? That's the only downside here when the 6 is the point. You don't have the $70 coming out to cover the bets coming in. So he's going to have to actually lose that horn. We're going to lose that that ability to invest the $70 in the across numbers, right? So I'm going to take all this down and put his quarter in his rack. Now he's got to actually get 2 hits. Okay, we're going to have to survive twice. We got a good number here, though. Right, we got 250 up there. That's going to help us out. And what happens is here the immediate 7. So what happens on an immediate 7 is kind of a bummer, right? This is one of the holes that Chris has here because you're going to win 250 back there on the 6, which is great. But you lost 220 here. So you're net up 30 for that transaction, but you also lost when the 6 got hit, right? You're a little bit upside down there. Or actually you're not. You won a quarter. So you're a quarter on the win on the come out. So it's 275. Yeah, you actually win $45. That's kind of cool. I didn't even think of that. You win you on the 7 out, you win 250 here. You'd won 25 on the come out. So you're 275 versus 230. So you're up $45. Dude, the math on this thing is pretty cool. If I had the horn math better, I would be better at this. But damn, so far, this is pretty stout. I'm liking it. There's your horn back. Let's do it again. Horn back. Hops back, coming out. We can just avoid the come out 3-3, hard 6. You're going to make money on every single come out roll. So again, here's the ace deuce, right? We're going to lose the 75, right? On the ace deuce, again, you're going to get paid 10 times 15. That pays $150, but you're going to lose the other $15, right? So it's $135 is what that ends up being, $135 and down. Like so. That's how that pays out, right? That's a good profit center. You got to put these back. You got to get, for that quarter, or that 100, you got to get quarters, right? And we're going to go ahead and put back our hops, our pass line, and you end up with $60 in profit. Beautiful, right? Ace deuce brings you back $60. How cool is that, right? Everything you do on the come out, except for that, makes us money on the come out. That's actually stout, right? The thing is, if you come out to a 6 like we did earlier here, we come out to a 6, That's the least powerful because you got everything else covered. So on a come out 6, if it's easy, you're going to lose that, right? You're going to lose that. You're going to win 375. You would have lost this too, right? So you're out 350, right? I had that wrong there. There you go. So you're out 350 covers 350. So your net here is a quarter on the come out 6, but you don't get the benefit of getting paid the $70 like the other numbers pay you. So you have to survive 2 more rolls. That's the only downside to it really is when the 6 becomes the point, you got to survive 2 extra rolls. Not bad. I'm not sure I love the hopping across on the first roll, although I can see the point, right? It does get you there basically in one roll. You can double up. It can work. It can work. The horn basically covers those. So I think that's good. I think we're, yeah, mull that over, everybody. Chris wanted me to show you this. And again, I haven't practiced it a lot, obviously. So the idea is sound, right? The come out winners are sound. Everything wins in the come out, which is good, better than what I did. Everything up here, you can be out of it in one roll. This is a danger zone for sure. But really there's not a lot of danger in this one. This one actually is pretty, I think it's pretty stout. So as far as a unicorn phase 1 move, I like it. I like it a lot. I got to practice it more. I got to practice it and see it run many, many times. And now that we've got it, we can run that against the straight don't. I think it's good. It's good to see how that works. Yeah, Rob, I know I'm going really fast here. So like I said, Chris just showed me last night. So it's still swimming in my head, all the payouts. But I think it's cool. I think it's got some merit to it because the come outs, every come out roll except for a 3-3 wins, right? After the come out roll, if the 6 was the point, that kind of sucks because you don't get your $70 on the way out the door. That's a bummer. Now you got to survive 2 rolls. Any other point gets tagged though as the point. You can do the immediate hop and grab the horn with that $70 win. If another box number rolls, you're going to get paid $70 on the box plus the hop, right? Which means you're going to be out of the hand in 1 roll, not 2. So it's pretty damn interesting. Now, the other piece of that is if you're working those bets, the come out 7 is not really a big profit center for you, right? If you're working the across bet, this 230 across, come out 7 wins you 250 minus your 230, it only wins you $20. Actually, you lose $5 because you're going to lose your horn. So the come out 7, if you're working the bets, doesn't get you much. You kind of tread water in there. So I'm going to run these 2 side by side, and I'm going to see in win craps what we can do side by side. Maybe tomorrow. I know I want to do Friday Follies tomorrow. Let's get back to the other screen here. I do want to do Friday Follies tomorrow with you and have some fun. Maybe we'll do like the Marching Soldier or something cool tomorrow. But I'm going to do a little win crap session. I want to run these two ideas side by side and give them a few thousand come out rolls and see how they survive on the come out rolls. So yeah, if you don't have the hops, right? If you don't have the hops, then what has to happen is you're going to be on the lay 6 for 300. Everything else out there is paying $70. So you're basically 230 across. You're getting paid $70 per hit. Phase 1, I'm saying 2 hits, right? Because I want to play at 130 across, right? My target strategy for me personally, John, 130 across. So for me, 2 $70 wins gets me to 130 across paid for. So in this strategy, you're going to need 2 non-6 box hits to make it work if you don't do the hops. If you do the hops and it hits, then what you end up with is 1 hit and you got your 130 and you're out, right? You're going to be totally fine. So it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of crap gymnastics, California Craps Club, Kevin. It's a lot. There's a lot of stuff happening there. Kinda, right? Think about it. You're dropping a quarter and saying horn high ace deuce to the box man or the stick man. You're dropping your pass line bet and you're saying lay the 6 for 300. That's your whole play. And you're doing the 2 hops. So it's not a lot there. When the bet resolves and all your money goes away or you get paid, the next move is just you're just gonna hop across, right? Hopping across minus the point is an easy one for the dealers. They got that figured out. Hopping across minus the point and a horn and a horn. Not that big of a deal to do that. So it seems like it's a lot because I'm talking a lot. There's a whole lot of shit going on in there for me at the table to manage. What Chris is doing here is making sure that on the first two rolls, two rolls, on the first two rolls, you're as safe as you can possibly be. In this case, the 6 would be the crusher, right? That's the big thing. Let's see, TCS is saying, projecting to come out 7 or how many rolls? Most of the projection DP is bad. Yeah. Right. So on my way, when I'm doing it my own way, which is $300 on the don't pass plus the hop 7s, I transition to the light side immediately. I go right to the light side. There you go. The Iron Cross easier set up, but it's a bleed. That's the worst crap strategy ever invented. It's easier, but you're going to be there forever because the bleed of the field takes too much time to get to base. So that's a problem. The lay bet on the 6 is easy to calculate. It's $7. Okay, on the 6 on the lay bets, it's 5%, right? So it's $5 per 100, $2 or $3 per 50 on the winning amount. So I'm sorry, it's $12 because it wins 250. So it's $5 for the first 100, $5 for the second 100, and $250 for the $50. Your casino probably rounds up. It's probably going to cost you $13, most likely. Some places it's 12. It depends on where you're at, and that's how we calculate that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and run this. I'm going to write the win crap stuff today during my work breaks, and we're going to run it out. Tomorrow I'll report back from win craps what happened. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set those two things up, and I'm going to run the dice until we get out of the hand. And then we're going to turn everything off, and then we're going to reset the bet. So I'm not going to try and play out phase 2 or phase 3. I'm just going to do a phase 1 play. Just how often do we get to base and out and let it watch. And we're going to run 10,000 come out rolls and see how that happens. And that will give us a good look at it. I think these are the two best I've seen so far in terms of getting to phase 2 in 2 hits. We've made the 7 a profit center on every single roll. Both of us have. On every roll, all 3 rolls, the 7 works for you. On all 3 rolls, the box numbers work for you. In 3 rolls, unless you hit the point in my strategy or you hit the 6 in Chris's strategy on rolls 1 or 2, right? On just those 2 rolls, you're going to be at your base. So I think we've come to the same place. We just got to see what it's going to look like, right? Over time. So I can't wait to do this and see what the numbers are. So I think it's going to be fun to see. So there it is. How do you want to come out 7? You look like this for you. Okay, how you win? Rob, let's do it again. Let me go back to table. I will show you how you win on a come out 7. So let's take all the money down. Let's take all the confusing bets out of here. And the way that it works is this. I think if you're working the come out, let's say these bets are on. Let's put all the money out. 25 here, 25 there, $50 here, and $300 on the lay. Okay, there's your spread. You got $400 out there. Okay. If we have a come out 7, here's what happens. You're minus 230. Okay. You're minus 230 plus 50. I think you're probably right. If you're working the bets, you're minus 230 plus the 75 because you're going to lose the 2 hops plus the horn, right? So 230 plus 75, 305. Okay. You're going to win up here 250 plus the quarter from the pass line. So you're 275. So you're right. You're going to lose 75. You're going to lose 75 plus 5, $30. You're going to lose $30 plus the vig, so $42. You are down $42 on the come out here. You're right. Come out 7 here loses if you're working these. Okay. We were talking last night about do you work those or not, right? If you don't work these bets, then the come out 7 costs you $75, but it wins you $275, $200, $250 for here and 25 from there, and you win 200 on the come out. So if you work the across bets for the come out roll, the 7 costs you 40 something bucks. If you don't work the 7, if you don't work these bets, the 7 wins you $200 on the come out, which is awesome. But now you got to fight. You got to fight the 6 twice. right? That's what it comes down to. In the don't pass system, right? I'm not fighting the 7 ever. I don't care about the 7. I want the 7 all the time because here, the way I play this, the come out 7 up here, right? 375 up here, $300 loss here. I'm up $75 on a come out 7. During gameplay, when I'm 220 in here, this is going to still win me money, right? I'm still winning $30 net on my 7 once I'm set up in here. So for me, as long as we don't hit the point, and my point might be a 10, right? I can avoid the 10 for 2 rolls most of the time. Chris's thing is avoiding the 6 or the 8 for 2 rolls most of the time. Again, the debate here is, do you keep these things working or not, right? If they're working, you're making $200 on those come out 7s, which is fantastic, right? If they're not working, your come out 7s become a loser for you. So there's considerations there for sure. I think thanks for calling that out because I wanted to make sure that I didn't misspeak about that. So good. It does become a loss. Thanks Rob for bringing that up. That was a good call out there when you're working those bets. So, yeah, that's it. So Chris from Sideshow. So you're saying too much bankroll exposure. Really, it's not. The bankroll exposure is to the 6, right? On the come out roll, your $300 is exposed to the hard 6. Everything else is going to win. Everything else is a winner for you. The hard 6 crushes you on the come out. That's where you can get burned 1 out of 36 times, 2.5% or whatever it is. After the come out roll, now you're fighting the 6. Now you've got that 13.8% chance to lose the $300 twice, which kind of sucks, right? When I'm doing the flat don't, I never fight the 7 on the come out, and I'm fighting whatever the number ends up being for 2 rolls, right? Yeah, huge don't pass for 2 rolls, giant exposure. But we saw yesterday with the math yesterday, that play over the course of 100 trials will end up profiting you money, right? Versus a loss. So let's give it a try. It's very similar to Hangover Remedy, but we're spreading, instead of Hangover, where you're laying the back wall and the come out, we're picking one number, reducing the targets on the come out, and then we're staying up there on the 6 afterwards. So it's very, very similar. There's a lot of things here. So anyway, Chris asked me to show you all this morning. Again, I know it didn't show it perfectly, but conceptually there it is. That's what Chris wants to do. And he asked that you all destroy it. He said his exact words were, I want them to critique the fuck out of it. So there you go. Y'all go ahead and critique. Oh, look, Ken Brown. I haven't seen you in a long time. Good to see you, pal. Critique the daylights out of this thing. Work it to death. Put on your practice tables. Put your brains on it. And come back with what you like/don't like about it. And Chris wants to hear all the insides, right? I showcased it first today because we talked last night. I'm sure Chris is doing a video on this today. So at some point, Chris will do a thing and we'll get to see his take on it and all that. But Sideshow wants you to try it. I'm telling you, folks, and I'm going to go back to my face so you can see my smiles, okay? Looking for the unicorn strategy, right? We're not going to beat this game. There's no way because there's holes. That $300 loss on a hard 6 is a hole, right? The second roll, there's a hole. We can get to 95%, right? You're a 93% chance to win on the first roll in Chris's strategy. 93% or 97% chance, to win on the first roll. That's pretty good odds, right? After that, you're a 13% chance to lose, but only for one roll. Really, one roll will get you. That's getting close to unicorn status, right? My strategy with the don't, I'm fighting it for 2 rolls. You're getting close to 90% of the time, 95% of the time, being even in the hand, every single hand, and always having a chance to get your phase 2 to work. That's the unicorn, right? If 90+% of the time you can get even in the hand in 2 rolls, and the 7 works for you, even if not, I love that. Let me fight the 4 or the 5 for 2 rolls versus the 7 for 2 rolls any day of the week. And you'd all take that same bet, right? Versus going out there at 220 across and fighting the 7 for 2 rolls. Naked. There it is. I think we're getting close to it. I think we're getting really, really close to it. We just got to find what the secret tweak is to it. And I think we're going to be there. Let's get it going. All right, let's get this first 2 rolls solved. We solved the first 2 rolls, right? You're even in the hand in 2 rolls. Then Bob's your uncle, baby. Let's go. All right, y'all. That is it. I will watch the multiplier video. I'm going to check that out and dissect it. I also owe Chris from Dice Degen a full review of the Storm. So I got to get both of those strategies like here before I really come out there and throw them out. So yeah, I think we're getting good. And I think actually, from what I've understood, your multiplier might be a great phase 2 strategy, right? We might use this to get out and even, and your multiplier can kick off from a point of strength. And that might be the secret sauce to that strategy too. So let's do it, guys. I got to go. I got to get to work. But hey, I love y'all, man. I love y'all. There's 50 of you here. You guys are rock stars. And thanks for thinking it out with me. Sometimes these shows I do, I have it figured out and I want to teach you something. Sometimes, like today, we're kind of just, as we go, sort of trying to get it together. So some days are going to be a little haphazard. I think it's fun to do that. I like to think it out with you. So, all right. Happy Thursday. See you tomorrow morning for Friday Follies. We're going to do, I think, maybe we'll do the Marching Soldier tomorrow. Let's do the Soldier. And at the same time, we'll track numbers on these things too. So y'all have a great Thursday. I'll see you later. Bye.